Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of And One. We got with us I'm almost gonna say St. Michael Albertville Knight. How are you, Abby?
I'm good.
Let's have you introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Abby. I'm a sophomore this year and I'll be a wing for us.
I was gonna say St. Michael Albertville. That has to be like a mouthful when you say where you're going. You're like, okay, we're getting to the three different schools here. It should always just be like where the outlet mall is. That's where everyone's gonna be
Yeah,
like, okay, we got the outlet mall.
yeah.
So we're gonna start. When did you first start playing basketball?
Um, it as long as I can remember, honestly, probably since like officially started in-house, probably like second grade. But even before that, just playing with my siblings and kind of messing around with it.
Take to it right away, or kind of like I don't know about this.
I think I always kind of just took to it, kind of took to any sort of activity there was. So
Did you play any other sports besides basketball?
growing up, I played soccer, softball, those sort of things, like the things most kids do.
What made basketball kind of stand out to you?
As I got older, I think it was really just kind of the whole aspect of it being able to like control the game and control how you control more things than you can in other sports. I think that was kind of something that stood out
I
to
like
me.
I like that description. How would you describe yourself as a player?
I think I'm That's a hard one. I definitely like to play fast and I like to be involved. Like if I'm kind of just off to the side, I'm kind of like, what am I doing?
I
So
would add deceptive. I think a lot of times either people they don't realize how fast you are, or they don't realize like you're gonna like power through kind of stuff. So I feel like you're deceptive people, and like you catch people defenses off guard, and that's their own fault because they weren't prepared. So we'll start with last year. I'd say St. Michael had a pretty successful season all the way, maybe not all the way to the finish line, but made it right to the state championship game.
mhm.
What would for you, how did last year, well, how did it feel? How did it kind of go over all of the year?
I think that last year I was kind of still trying to figure things out for myself, just being a freshman. I did play my eighth grade year, but still coming in being a freshman, it's still kind of new to me. So really, I was kind of trying to get a feel for what my spot and my role is on the team. And so I feel like I was able to do that and kind of find my role.
What did that run to state feel like? Like you said, kind of one of those younger players kind of feeling your way through, and then you're on the bright lights of Williams Arena floor. Kind of what was that like from your perspective?
It was so fun. Like just being able to be a part of a team that was able to make it that far and do as well as we did. It was just so much fun to be a part of. Like the environment was great. The people like were all supporting us and it was a lot of fun.
What was it? What's it like playing on the Williams Arena floor? It's an increase. I know it's the big. A lot of people say it's the bigger size. Did like the raised floor affect at all, or kind of were you used to it by then?
The first game it was a little like kind of had me a little frazzled. Like there's always the thought of am I gonna fall off the edge of this floor or what? But as the games went on, it got better.
So from your team last year, if someone was going to fall off the court from just kind of diving for a ball or not paying attention, who would have that person been?
Honestly, I think it would have been me. Like
Hey, you're self-aware. You're like, I would have been the one flying off the court. So when we talked to Providence, they were like, we were worried Madden was going to go right off the court. So it's
I could see that happening.
it's a North Tartan thing, I think. It's just you guys hit that
Probably,
hard and you guys
honestly.
are just going all I like it. I like that energy. Speaking of North Tartan, in the summer you then moved to North Tartan, moved to North Tartan. How does your role change maybe from high school to when you move into North Tartan? Like how are your roles different and how are they same?
With North Tartan, I play more of or at least this last year, I played more of our 5-4-5 position, where with St. Michael, I played more of our three, sometimes getting thrown into that four position. And so I had to like adjust to being a part of that role. And then also, I think from a leadership standpoint, I felt more comfortable like voicing myself as a player because I was with people my age, where with my St. Michael team, I didn't want to like overstep anyone or feel like I was stepping on people's toes. So
Understandable. How do you plan to maybe not like you said, not step on toes, but bring that leadership into this coming season? It's a big season, a lot of expectation. How do you plan on kind of parlaying that confidence and that leadership from the summer into the fall and winter season?
I think that this coming season I will like be a bit more of a leader just because I've gotten a lot more comfortable with my coming teammates. And I feel like we all just like think in a very similar way. So it's not like I'll think one thing and someone else is thinking something else where it's like contradicting.
Mhm.
So I think we all just think very similar and will work well together where we can all can contribute rather than just having one person.
I'm sure there's a lot of things, but what are some of the main things that have you the most excited for this upcoming high school season with St. Michael?
Honestly, I think we're gonna be able to make a run this year. I think we're gonna do well. I see us being in that same state position again, making it to state. Um, I my goal is to make it to the championship again, so that's a hope for this season. So yeah.
And with that team, your team is very, St. Michael's very deep. You have kind of so much talent, including yourself. You have just announced to South Carolina, Tessa Johnson.
hmm
You have Jacayla Kraft, she had a double-double against Hopkins. You have Piper Carlson, kind of all those names. What would you say, like maybe those players and even, other ones? I know you have a sister on the team.
hmm
What do you kind of learn from them, or how do you think how they will lead this team?
I definitely learn a lot from them, like even just seeing how they play and how they kind of present themselves with the maturity on the court. Like I definitely learn from that. And in leadership wise, they all just like they take they carry themselves so well that it's just easy to kind of follow and want to be like that. So, yeah.
And so then, do we have any game circles like that? I don't know if we have a full schedule. Do we have like these are the must-see games, or kind of that you are most excited for, or is it kind of just all the games?
I'm just excited to get playing again, but one game I'm really excited for is I'm excited to play Minnetonka because last year we lost to them at their place and lost to them at our place, but I think we could have won that and I want the chance to win again. So,
I was hoping you were going to say the championship rematch. I feel like Hopkins is on
well,
your
that
schedule.
one too,
I'm
but
like, come on, like we want, you're like, we'll run it back. Let's go again. And so, we'll go a little bit, little backtrack a little bit in the summer. Where's the best place you ever visited with AAU?
um I really like going to Chicago with AAU. Just kind of the whole environment there, especially like the tournament. It's just so many amazing teams and players that are there. And it's like just being able to show yourself and your team and what you worked on and what you worked for is just so surreal.
And North Tartan being an EYBL, how do you feel like you playing on the EYBL circuit, playing for North Tartan, one of the most known teams around the country? How do you feel that's helped grow your game?
I think it's really kind of helped me with my confidence, like knowing like I made that team, I'm there to be there for a reason. And it's like if I wasn't supposed to be there, I wouldn't be there. So, and it's also showed me just kind of how big the game is and how much talent there is out there. And it's kind of pushed me to better myself because I want to be at that level as well. So I just really think it's helped push me and helped me grow as a player.
Who would you say is maybe some of the best players you've gotten a chance to play with, high school or AAU?
Playing with honestly, my whole AAU team this past year, I loved playing with them. They're all such great people and players. With my high school team, obviously Tessa Johnson just committed. She's so fun, such a great player and teammate and person in general. I'm playing volleyball with her currently, so even the things you see in basketball is what you're gonna see from her in life. So,
I feel that'd be a fun team. And you guys, I see you guys are doing very well in volleyball. Gonna be in
mhm,
the hunt for state from St. Michael there as well. So congratulations on so far that
thank you.
season. And then we'll go to the opposite side. With EYBL, with St. Michael, who are some of the best players you've had a chance to play against AAU or high school?
Ooh, um, that's a tough one. Um, Coming in from my age group here in Minnesota, at least, like being able to play against like Kendall McGee's, Zahara Bishop, Addie Mack, those sort of players, like they're definitely high level players and they definitely challenge me as a player. So those are some great ones to play against.
I like it. And so we talked a little bit about her. I'll ask if you could take one part of Tessa's game, just one part of her game, and add it to yours, what would that like part of her game be?
I think it would be her just knowledge and ability to see the floor and know the game. Like it's the mental aspect that like amazes me the most is like she just knows so much. So that's what I would take away from
I marvel at the pull-up three. I've tried it at
it.
Lifetime and I airball. I don't have the strength. I don't have the confidence. So I marvel at those. Well,
Yeah,
anyone
that's a
that can
close
do that
second.
does it, right? So I'm a little confused. So how would you then describe your two coaches? You have two different coaches going on. How have each one of them kind of, would you say, helped you to keep growing and develop your game, each coach?
I'll start with STMA, Coach Hamry. He has kind of been there like the whole process through, even when I was just fifth grader playing basketball, like at the summer camp, he always was helping develop me as a player and seeing my strengths. So he really just kind of helped grow the game throughout this years. And this past year, my coach, Coach Burke, he was amazing. He really helped me find that confidence that I needed this year. And he really pushed me to assert myself more on the offensive side and just kind of brought out some of my strengths.
I like it. How would you say from the end of last year's high school season to this year, you've improved the most? Is it confidence or is there a skill set that you would say people aren't going to be ready for this year because after since last year?
I think a lot of it has been my confidence has just gone up significantly and I've just become more comfortable with myself in a lot of aspects of the game, whether it's finishing, shooting, dribbling. Like I just feel like I've put in the work to try to get better and it's showing. As a physical aspect, I think my shooting has definitely come a long way and I hope to be able to showcase that this season.
I like it. So we're talking about high expectations. Going to be one of those teams that are fighting for a state championship, fighting to get to state. You know, like I said, you return so much talent, including yourself. What would you say from your perspective? What are maybe two or three things that you guys may have to make sure you do in order to live up to those expectations and not kind of, fall a little bit apart or fall a little bit short?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of it's going to come with consistency. This last season, we had some games where we would start up and then we'd kind of fall, let the team come back, win over, and then we'd have to battle our way back in the second half. So I think a lot of it's going to come down to our consistency. And then on the defensive end, I think we just need to be able to push a little harder and be able to stop and lock down those girls that are really giving us trouble.
There you go. Defense. Coach loves to hearing that. So we talked about your sister. We got to ask the fun question, one-on-one. Who's winning the game?
I don't know. That's a hard. I don't know because we're such different players. Because she's definitely stronger than I am. She can kind of power through, but I think I can kind of move a little bit easier than her and kind of control myself a little bit better. So it's honestly a toss up.
Okay, that's my favorite one. Like when the siblings are like completely different players, and you're like, they each have a strength. We have to get to that strength, and then they're both.
Hmm.
I'm like, that would be fun. I'm saying fun matchup, driveway matchup right there would probably be fun. Best of five, best of five. So we'll step off the court a little bit when we're not playing basketball, not playing volleyball. What do we do to kind of decompress, just kind of to get away from sports?
I love hanging out with my friends and family and just taking little like day trips. Those are so fun. Kind of just like your regular everyday things that you don't get to do all the time.
Were some of your favorite places to go, like day trips, or like to go visit or to go do?
I love going to Duluth. My family would go to Duluth all the time when I was younger. We'd go camping. Now we haven't been able to do it as much just with busy schedules and everything, but that's one of my favorite spots to go.
I was gonna say you guys have like so many sports. Then you have, and I think the way Minnesota set up, volleyball ends just as basketball starts.
Hmm.
You're like, well, this was fun. I get a whole 24 hours. So, and then any kind of, so do you have any pregame superstitions or any kind of ritual that you got to do before a game?
Not really.
What's on the pregame playlist? Must go to for pregame playlist.
I can be down for anything. Whatever's on, I can get with.
So I asked Jacayla about this. Are we going to see you involved in the pregame TikTok? Because I know St. Michael's one of the main TikTok ones in Minnesota, so we have to ask the important question.
Yeah, I can for sure get in some of those.
She said Coach was in some last year. Can you confirm or deny that? Because I didn't see any with Coach.
I can confirm. They might not have been posted, but they were in them.
So the goal this year, let's get one posted with Coach. I got it. I got you. That we'll go with that. We'll do kind of a lightning round. Favorite food,
Chicken Alfredo.
favorite dessert,
Ooh, chocolate cake.
I'm a fan of all of that. Favorite thing you've read lately?
Red. I haven't read anything in a while.
Same, don't feel bad. Favorite TV show,
Criminal Minds.
favorite movie,
A Cinderella story.
3-point shot or fast break layup?
Fast break layup.
Oh, I think that's a good one. We'll end with this. I won't take all your night, but we'll end with this. When you think about this year's high school season and this year's St. Michael team, what is the one word that comes to mind when you think about you, yourself, and the team for this coming year?
Um, I want to say exciting. I think we're gonna be exciting to watch, exciting to see. Yeah,
I was gonna say explosive. I think you guys have so many options, and that includes you. I think you're gonna have a breakout year. People might not be ready for you. They might be worrying about Jaquela or Tessa, and you're bringing that confidence in. I think you're gonna burn a few teams, and it's gonna be fun to watch. But I want to say good luck, good health, good luck with the rest of the volleyball season. Good luck
thank you.
when basketball starts. Good health. I will be in the gym. I'm in Rogers, so I'm very close, right up there. It's a nice, easy drive. Those are fun on the weeknights. Good luck this year. I look forward to watching you, and thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.